Good morning. So today, since at least one person in my lifetime has asked me, what I eat in a day as an endurance athlete, I guess more specifically a cyclist, what I want to do is I want to walk you through completely raw intake of basically everything I eat, from my glass of water first thing in the morning right now to basically coffee, whatever snacks I have when I actually finally eat like a breakfast brunch. This is supposed to just be really raw. This isn't a planned out nutrition plan that I do. Realistically, it's probably not good advice, so definitely don't eat what I eat because everybody's different. This is under sort of a low calorie burn. I've been a little bit lower than my normal 3,500 that I see when I'm doing a little bit more of an intense training week. On Saturdays and Sundays, typically, I deal with a lot more just because I am, riding like 100 miles a day on the weekends. Nothing here is too calculated. It's completely just, fly by the seat of my pants nutrition plan. I don't really eat like, designated specific things. I try and stick to mostly healthy whole foods, but, sometimes I carbo load and I splurge. It's Friday. We'll see how that changes things, but I have no plan for today. I'm not here to necessarily recommend anything to you guys, honestly. But overall, this is what I eat in a day, so let's jump right into it. First things first, I always start the morning with a glass of water. So today I probably won't eat anything right off the bat in the morning. I have some early meetings I need to get taken care of with work. And I also have a few emails and other things I need to respond to before I have time to really cook breakfast or anything like that. So we'll see how the morning shakes out. Sort of interesting because what I used to do first thing in the morning is I would jump up and I would immediately grab coffee. One thing I changed early on was I just felt like caffeine straight to the brain early in the morning was messing with my wake up routine a little bit, and I became a little bit more caffeine dependent than what I wanted to be. So my alternative to that was wake up and drink a cold glass of water first thing, and then I could follow that up with all the caffeine I wanted. The problem was I was drinking like 4 or 5 cups of coffee a day. It was just out of control for me, and so since then I've made sure to really cut back. Excuse me, sir. All right, well, that does it for the morning's meetings. It's still only about 9 o'clock, so I'm gonna go ahead and plug away at a few other things, but then I should have a quick lull and time for some coffee. Ow, dude, come on. Stop. Quick deviation from my obligations here to make the morning latte. Just for reference, it's about 9:30 in the morning. I've been up since about 6:15, 6:30. So now that I've interrupted my workflow a little bit, I'm gonna get back to it. But yeah, latte first thing of the day. I did have the banana earlier. Turn off the lights for good measure. And back to work. Key point here is that since I've been working from home pretty much over the duration of the last year, my eating habits have definitely changed. So when I first started working from home, I was really not in a routine or anything like that. Now I eat at pretty much the same time every day, but working from home does allow me the flexibility to, you know, eat on the fly. So if it's 9:30, 10 in the morning, and I'm like, I'm starving and I want to go make some oatmeal, and I know it's a big training day, then I will most certainly do that. This morning in particular, nothing special, not a big training day today. Probably gonna do something actually more light on the recovery side or zone 2. I will eat my normal, you know, brunch time, lunch time, which is about usually like 11:30 for me, sometimes noon if I'm not super hungry, but it's all just sort of dependent on how many snacks I have in the morning. So there we go. Just finished up another round of meetings. They went a little later than expected, and I had a few line items to take care of, action items that came out of those meetings before I got a chance to go grub. So now we're sitting at 11:50, almost noon, and that means it is just about lunchtime. I guess a quick note on what I do for a day job. I'm not a cyclist, as you can probably guess by my lackluster performances. What I do is I'm a project engineer, actually. I used to work in oil and gas, and I worked for a major utility. I'm also a cat father. Dude, stop it. He's eating my arms. Quit, dude. Now it's time to whip up my basically daily grub. I eat pretty much the same thing every day for lunch, brunch time. It's usually a couple potatoes, some other stuff, kind of mix in there a little bit, some eggs, make sort of just kind of a scramble. So I'm gonna chop some stuff up right now, throw it in the pan. I might actually whip out some turkey bacon real quick and then get that thawed, because that sounds better than eggs today. So. Well, I've made a pledge to document everything I eat, and that also includes stuff like this. Boom. And then I'm also gonna probably eat some carrots and hummus and snack while I'm cooking some grub. And the cat should not be on the counter. Get down. All right, turkey bacon is now thawed. So really the reason I eat turkey bacon is just my own personal preference. For some reason I love this stuff. You know, health benefit wise, maybe there's something there, not consuming all the fat from regular bacon. If I ate regular bacon every day, I would probably have a problem. I kind of stick with turkey bacon. I substitute that for eggs because I'm not a big egg eater, but I do usually break like 2 or 3 eggs in my potatoes. I do also try and, you know, grab a quarter avocado every morning. I eat that about the same time that I eat all this stuff. Usually just throw it on the plate with some potatoes and whatever. And then also, I love tomatoes, so I do that with garlic salt because I'm a weirdo. I'm gonna jump in here and start with a snack. Yeah, 330 milligrams of sodium, so if I eat a few of these a day, I usually try and keep it to after rides, but nah. Sodium's arch enemy. %58 less fat and 57% less sodium. See, I'm killing it already with the health game. What's up? Alright, so when I told my roommate I was gonna do this particular video, he said I couldn't lie and sugarcoat how many Welch's I eat in a day. So, Welch's number 1, here we go. Also, time for more water. Get off the counter. Usually at lunch I'm pretty busy, so typically what will happen is I'll make my lunch and then I'll immediately just jump back in there, sit down at my desk and start eating. Luckily, today is Friday, it's a little bit slower, so I'm gonna take a few minutes here, crush my brunch, breakfast, lunch, whatever you wanna call it. It's like noon. And then I'm gonna go ahead and get back to it. So, time to grub. He never leaves me alone, even while I'm eating.
I clicked my blade 3 times, and I'm concerned that if I decide to just start over.
Dusted. All right, time to get back to work. I just crushed lunch. And I guess to sort of tally where I'm at today, I'll probably actually go through and calculate how many calories I'm at too. I never really actually pay that much attention, but I think that maybe it's important for this kind of experiment and showing you guys what I'm eating so you have a general idea of where that sits. Usually I just kind of track my weight. If I'm hanging out around the 158 mark, it's like 71.8 kilos or something for all you kilo fans. If I hang out around that weight, then I know I'm probably eating pretty close to maintenance calories, give or take a few hundred calories here and there. Some days, obviously, I'll maybe drop half a pound, but then put it back on the next day when I'm not, you know, as active or doing as much strenuous activity. This morning I had a banana to start it off. Had like 2 or 3, well, I'm at 2 jars of water. These are like 30 ounces a piece, maybe 32. So I'm at 2 of those. I don't really know if that counts, but I should definitely mention my hydration. So the 2 jars of water, banana, crushed potato, about a quarter of a red bell pepper, a little bit of an onion, I don't know if those really count, a quarter of an avocado, did 5 strips of turkey bacon, and I had the Welch's fruit snacks, had a pickle, 6 or 7 carrots with a pretty good chunk of hummus on them, and I think that's kind of where I sit for the day. So what I should do probably is add up those calories, kind of see where I'm sitting, and maybe I'll throw that number up on the screen somewhere. There? I don't know, maybe there. All right, just wrapped up the work day. It is just about 5 o'clock, and I think it's time for me to now leave the desk station. Got a few things done, had to run to an appointment this afternoon, took care of business, got back and just wrapped up the last few things I had to do for the day. So now, on to probably some snacks before I go ahead and get in a trainer spin. Typically, before I do jump on the trainer, I like to throw a few more calories at myself so I have something in the belly. Stacks another 260 calories on there. Relatively healthy. God, this has a lot of sodium too. I never realized that. Here's what it is. So, usually I would pop some scratch in this bad boy, but I am out of scratch, so I'm just gonna roll with straight water today on the trainer. This is a pretty light one. I'm gonna keep it recovery pace. Just actually getting back on the trainer after a couple weeks off. I was kind of sick around Christmas with a pretty nasty head cold. And so I've kind of been lacking on training, haven't been doing what I want to be doing. I did put in a 180-mile weekend, I think 2 or 3 weeks ago, but then once again I was out for New Year's, so just haven't really been on the bike as much as I want to, so I'm just gonna kind of ease back into it, do more recovery pace stuff, maybe some light zone too, see how I'm feeling overall and get the legs primed to basically get back into where I'm at in my base phase. Pretty simple setup. Y'all know what that sound is. Sorry for talking with my mouth full. It's just like filming a YouTube video, eating at the same time. It's gonna happen, you know. Three, two, one. After that, I'm down a Cliff Bar and a bottle of this, almost. Carrots, hummus, got a block of pepper jack, pickled asparagus. Long story short, my insides are for sure pickled at this point. I'm not just over here grubbing on cheese every day. That's actually pretty rare. Hey, I said I was gonna do it for real and show you guys everything, so cheese is on the agenda today. Okay, I'm back to continue my eating extravaganza. I went on hiatus for a minute because I needed to shower after the trainer. I figured that was probably a good call. So while the water warmed up, I chopped up this cheese, got these snacks out of the fridge, and now I'm back to eat them all. So to the couch I go with my baby carrots, my roasted garlic hummus, and that's all I can find right now, but I'm sure I'll be eating something else in like the next 15 minutes because I'm starving and I gotta make dinner. And while I'm making dinner, I'll probably eat everything that I can find in the pantry. So, pretty sure I'm at like 10 or 15 carrots and hummus in this sitting. So, I'm gonna call it a day on the carrots and hummus. Free snacks number 2. I have to include this, I forgot about it. I just popped the top on one of these bad boys because I got a shipment today and I was like, all right, I've got to try them. To be clear, I love beer and I'm not really intending on completely quitting beer. These are non-alcoholic brews. I was just so curious that I had to give in, see what's up, and give it at least a taste and a go because honestly, maybe some nights I'm feeling like a beer, but I definitely don't want the, you know, effects that come afterwards of just kind of like that, meh. And pleasantly surprised. Pretty tasty. Only 70 calories. I don't know. Let's talk dinner. Tonight, I'm gonna do some pasta, and that's because tomorrow I want to put in some good hours on the bike. So tonight I want to take in a good amount of carbs, pretty much what I do like any Friday night. And when I'm like, Saturday I want a bigger day out of this, let's take in quite a bit. I'm probably going to do something pasta based, maybe a lot of rice, something like that. So tonight we're going to roll with, I think, some sausage and maybe some rigatoni with just some red sauce. Overall, this is kind of a go-to for me on, you know, a weeknight when I'm pretty busy or it's already kind of late. Right now it's already 8:30, so I want to go ahead and get some food in my belly and go to sleep. Pretty simple to make. This is not like me making sauce from scratch. I do that when I have time to cook, but tonight is not one of those nights, so I'm gonna go ahead and get things going. Got some Italian sausages to start. Looks like sausage and penne is the actual answer.
Really, and run 8 mile from.
Okay, that's fine.
So I have no reason.
That's it for the day. I doubt I'm gonna eat anything else. I am pretty stuffed after dinner, so pretty much now just gonna go ahead, clean things up, and that's all. Once again, guys, I really wouldn't take this as nutrition advice. I ate a ton of crap today. But like I said, I wanted to keep this honest with you guys. And, you know, a few people have asked me before, what do you do for nutrition, this, that, and the other? Really, my answer is I've tried a ton of diets, and I eat what works for me. I don't know what works for you. I'm not a nutritionist. I'm not a doctor. Don't take any of this as an example of what to do. As you can see, I eat a lot of whole foods, but at the same time, at the end of the day, I jumped into a processed jar of tomatoes and, you know, whatever else that I'm consuming throughout the day, including probably a dozen fruit snacks. So anyway, I just want to give you guys some insight into what I'm eating every day. Obviously, some things change. A lot of times I'll eat like, just a chicken breast, some white rice, pretty basic, keep the carbs going and everything. I always stick to the salad. The salad is something that I pretty much don't substitute. I generally always have that as part of my supper. I've been trying to order in less. I think that takeout has kind of been pretty popular with me, so I've been trying to kind of cut that out more. I just really think eating at home keeps me a little more healthy, and I have a little bit more energy at the end of the day. That's pretty much it, guys. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and hit the like button for me. More people on YouTube will be able to see this. This is just kind of a quick insight into my daily life and what I do, off the bike. I will be trying to get some more stuff back on the bike in the next couple weeks. It's early January. There's no racing going on right now. It's kind of in a lull. Any of the practice stuff, any group riding or anything like that, is probably for the better. So as things pick back up, probably later in the season, you'll see some official race analyses out of me. Hopefully we get some USAC sponsored events coming later in the year. That way I can actually ride cat up and, be competitive in that space. If you like what you see out of my channel overall and you want to see more and you want to stay tuned with race analysis and everything when that does come up, or you just like to enjoy seeing kind of, what a cyclist does when they're not on the bike. I've posted quite a bit of that lately, so subscribe to my channel. There should be a button right here that you can hit and you will see pretty much every video I post. If you turn your notifications on, you'll see them sooner. Anyway, thanks so much for watching this. Like I said, do what works for you. Whatever diet that is, awesome. If it is some kind of structured diet, cool. If it's intermittent fasting, cool. Maybe I do sort of a hybrid of that. But I would say, eat whole foods as much as you can. And just try and stay healthy out there, folks. Have a good one. Take care.